Okay, 50th anniversary of the April 3rd, 1974 tornado. We had a 40th anniversary back on April 5th, 2014. Harvey Sloan came back, if you all remember Harvey Sloan. He was the mayor when the tornado happened in 1974. There was a huge tornado outbreak not only in Kentucky, but Indiana, Ohio, Illinois. It was just a super outbreak of tornadoes on that day. I think over 50, maybe 100 tornadoes happened. Just a ton of tornadoes. Here's a little information on that tornado that hit Louisville. It started near the fairgrounds, which is way on the west side of Louisville. It traveled a total of 22 miles in length from the fairgrounds all the way up past I-71, all past the Waterson. It was on the ground for only 20 minutes though, very fast. It was an EF4 tornado. EF5 is the worst tornado. So this was just a notch down from the worst. But miraculously, very few people were killed during it. We can only document 2 or 3 people that were actually killed during this tornado. There were a few more that died not directly due to the tornado, and we had over 200 injuries. As far as houses damaged, there were over 900 homes that were severely damaged by the tornado. So here's the path of the tornado. It started way down here at the fairgrounds near the airport, traveled northeast up along the Ohio River, impacted a variety of locations, the Highlands of Louisville, Eastern Parkway, Cherokee Park, Crescent Hill, Rolling Fields, Indian Hills, and Northfield. Were all pretty well devastated. So here are some then and now images of this tornado. Here's where it started, over in the fairgrounds. You can see the horse barns were wiped out due to that. And notice this billboard that's twisted and turned over here by the expressway. So here is what the fairgrounds looks like today. The horse barns have been rebuilt. Everything's been repaired. Even the billboard that I just showed you that was all twisted metal, they've replaced that. Here's Stevens Avenue, which is in the Highlands area. And you can see the houses all devastated, and they've all been repaired 50 years later. Here's Bardstown Road as it looked like back in 1974. All the wires and telephone poles were devastated, and then what it looks like today. There's Bardstown Road as well. And what is amazing to me here, look at the people walking among all those cables and wires that were down. Yikes. To my knowledge, no one was killed in that aspect of it. Here's Eastern Parkway. In 1974, you're looking at the Daniel Boone statue there in the circle, and here's what it looks like today. So all the trees have come back in the last 50 years. Here's Cherokee Park with all the trees mowed down. They said like a big lawnmower went through Cherokee Park, and that's what it looks like. That was it back in 2023. The teepee that you see here is now demolished. It's no longer there, but all the trees are back. This historic house, which is in the upper left-hand corner here, was known as the Turrets, and it was devastated by the tornado, and today it's a city park. So they totally tore it down. Beautiful old mansion, but the tornado got hold of it and leveled it. Here is looking along Frankfort Avenue where the railroad tracks are there, looking towards Hillcrest Avenue and Pennsylvania Avenue. Some images from the Crescent Hill area. Cars flipped over, just total devastation. This is Grinstead Drive. Barrett Junior High School is at the top center there, and you can see I think this is Birchwood here, but all the houses very well damaged along Grinstead Drive. That's what it looks like today. There's Harvey Sloan with his rolling up his sleeves as he's walking along Claremont Avenue in Crescent Hill. This is Second Presbyterian Church, which is down off Brownsboro Road. Second Presbyterian was spared. It was not damaged by the tornado, but the entire neighborhood behind it, Rolling Fields, was wiped out, just flattened all the homes. Fortunately, by Second Presbyterian being spared, it served as the main command center for the tornado repair effort.
I believe the church lost its steeple.
I don't know if it did or not. I know that the new steeple was installed.
Yeah.
But you think
I was driving Chenoweth Lane to Brownsboro Road, and when I got to Brownsboro Road, that's when I knew we had a problem, because the steeple was gone.
Gotcha. But yeah, majority of the church was spared. And so here's some more of Rolling Fields. Second Presbyterian is just here off the side here, but you can just see the houses just wiped out. More photographs of Rolling Fields. Thank goodness, 50 years later, you would not even know a tornado had touched down. This is in Indian Hills, which is just here to the north of us. This house was impacted by the tornado. This is in Indian Hills. This is it before. That's it after the tornado. It sort of twisted the whole house on its foundation. It damaged it so much structurally that they had to tear it down, and then they rebuilt it, and that's what it looks like today. So they totally had to demolish the home and rebuild it.
But the vineyard was here then,
Yeah, the senior facility adjacent to us was there, and I'll talk about that in just a second when I get to Northfield. Here was a house that was in Indian Hills, and the woman that lived here was expecting a baby who was born on that date of April 3rd, 1974, and they let the surrounding residents know about the baby's birth by saying it's a girl, 7 pounds, 15 ounces, and this is a photograph of her today. So yeah,
That's cool.
so she's 50 years old. She'll always remember her, and her parents would always remember that birthday. The Zachary Teller house, which is just not a skip and a jump from where we're at today. It was severely damaged, but fortunately it was put back together again. So here we are in Northfield, which is where we're at currently, just adjacent to where we're at. And just look at the devastation of all the houses. I mean, it's just not hardly anything left. At Stanley Court, it's called.
That's real close back.
Yeah, it's right stone's throw from here. Here's a house that's here in Northfield. The young girl who was there, living there, she was 14 years old. She'd be, 64 now. But the entire front of this home collapsed. But everyone was okay inside it. But the whole front of the house was taken off. This is Dunn Elementary, which is right adjacent over here on the Waterston Expressway. Again, you can see a Northfield beyond there, and all the houses leveled. And that's it today, with all the trees are back, and Dunn Elementary rebuilt. More images of Northfield. And this location is just right over there. It's just near you. And so the senior living facility that's adjacent to where we're at today, it had its roof damaged, but the residents were all okay, and the structure was fine. So it just missed that senior living facility, but all the other homes adjacent there were demolished. This is a photograph from the Catholic Record newspaper, and the tornado, when it came from the fairgrounds, it went up Hess Lane near Audubon Park. It damaged Audubon Elementary School. It also damaged St. Stephen Martyr School, took down some of the facade of St. Stephen Martyr, went across Poplar Level Road, and went into Calvary Cemetery and took out most of the trees of Calvary Cemetery. If you go to Calvary today, you will know that there's not very many trees there, and you kind of like wonder, why isn't it like Cave Hill Cemetery? Why doesn't it have these big trees? The reason why is the tornado took out most of those trees. So yeah, but the Catholic Record documented the damage to St. Stephen Martyr, to the Ursuline Mother House, Calvary Cemetery, St. Joseph Orphanage was impacted, St. Agnes there on Newburgh Road, really hit a lot of Catholic property. And here's a view of the tornado from Bowman Field. You can see the tornado there. And there's a memorial to the tornado that was erected a year later in 1975 on the water company property. Little monument there. And there we go. So that's a little bit about the tornado and what happened here.